All right, in this set of note, we're going to talk about linear pairs. Linear pairs. Our essential question is, how do I use properties of linear pairs to solve problems? Question mark. And our property of linear pairs is linear pairs are supplementary. And in parentheses here, their measures, or their sizes, add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at an example here. Okay. And let's see. Let's give some names here. I've got A, B, C, D, E. And we're going to call this angle X. We're going to call this angle, I don't know, 85 degrees. And we're going to solve for X. Well, the first thing we're going to say is we're going to say that we can tell from the diagram that these two are a linear pair. So let's write out that. Okay. And again, this is going to be a little more lengthy than it needs to be, but we're setting up kind of a proof here. So on this side, statements and reasons over here. So on the statement side, first thing we're going to say is that angle ABC and angle ABD are linear pair. How do we know that? We can just tell in the diagram. This is a straight line. These two angles make a straight line. So that's just from the diagram. So we're going to write given from diagram. Okay. So next, we're going to say, and this is going to be, like I said, a little long-winded, we're going to say that ABC and ABD are supplementary. Okay, and that goes back to our reason here, our property. We're going to say that our reason for that is linear pairs are supplementary. Okay. So that means that measure of ABC plus measure of ABD equals 180. So the measure of the one angle plus the measure of the other angle equals 180. All right? And this is just what it means. It's definition of supplementary. Okay. Definition of supplementary. And then we're just going to substitute. Well, we know that ABC is 85 degrees. And we know that ABD is X. Okay. So that's just substitution. Substitute values. So we just substituted numbers, or in this case, an unknown, for what we had. Measure of ABC was 85. Measure of ABD, that's just x. So next, we're going to subtract 85 from both sides. We're going to end up with x equals, let's see, 95. And this is just subtraction. All right? All we did was subtract from both sides. And when we subtract from both sides, typically we would say that's the subtraction property that you should recall from algebra. Right? Now again, if you were just doing this problem straight through, you would never go to all this bother. But the reason why we've gone through it this way is because we're setting up a bit of a proof, and we are going to be doing some proofs in this semester to help prep you. Okay? So this is just a little bit of a proof. Again, just to go through it, we start out with a statement that's given to us from the diagram that the two angles are a linear pair. And you can see that because together they form a straight line. So it's just given from the diagram. Next, we've got that the two angles are supplementary. So ABC and ABD are supplementary. And that's because linear pairs are supplementary. That's our property of linear pairs. That's where we're using that property. That was our question. How do I use the property of linear pairs to solve problems? Next, we've got that ABC, the measure of, this M, and then the little angle symbol. This means measure of angle ABC plus measure of angle ABD. So whatever those two things are, and they're numbers, right? They add up to 180. And that's just what it means to be supplementary. The definition of supplementary. Being supplementary means that they add up to 180. And then we substitute 85 for the measure of ABC. We got the 85 from up there. And we substitute x for ABD. Okay? And then together those equal 180. So we just substituted values into our equation up here. And then we use the subtraction property, or we subtracted 85 from both sides to get x equals 95. And we solved the problem. Right? So now you're prepared to try out some of those. Good luck.